Hey everyone, I think it's August 20th. Coming to you from the Mount Pleasant, Michigan area. Just got to make a video. I like to make these videos when I vent because um, it helps me settle down. So here's some months back. Now as being targeted individuals, they break into our houses, they do dumb stuff, they move stuff around, they let us know what that someone was in there, right? We all know this. We all get this, right? Here's my concern with it. I got small children now, and my concern is what are they doing to our food that our kids are eating? What are they doing to the milk that, besides my infant daughter, I'm the only one that drinks it? So of course they're going to do things to me. So did they do something to the milk, that my daughter drinks? Whatever the case may be. Now, rewind back a few months ago, right? We got these picture windows in our house. The left picture window, the latch was turned like this, perfectly straight like this, in the middle. This is locked. The other way's unlocked. This is in the middle, still locked though. We kind of debunked that from being pulled out with like maybe the charging cord to the phone, whatever. So fast forward to me taking my other daughter home who lives 2 hours downstate one way and 2 hours back, plus any stops in the middle. So that's 4+ hours, right? Getting gas, whatever, getting something to eat, whatever. We come home Sunday, and instead of it being the right side, the left side is facing like this now, dead in the middle, but still locked. Okay, so what do? I lock it. Come home today early from work because the weather was bad. It started raining. It's like this again. So instantly I get pissed, man. I go in the one bedroom window is completely unlocked, and there's a fingerprint or like a spot from a tip of a finger pushed, and like the dust and all of that stuff perfectly up against the inside of the window on the window frame. But it's got a smooth surface, so it's like they were wearing latex gloves. I go in the bathroom in our bedroom, which is just a shower, and that window was unlocked, right? Back when we first noticed the first latch on the window like this, my girlfriend, my daughter's mom, we didn't notice this for a while, but she was going through her wallet, and she had a picture of her dad in her wallet. Her dad is now passed away. Has been passed away for some years now. It's the only picture like that she had, and it was tucked away in the back of her wallet. That's gone. It's gone, right? So, anyways, I'm fast forward to today. I get home. I'm sitting there. I'm listening to the V2K about my house, man. About people being in the house and doing this and doing that and blah blah blah. So I get up and I look at the window again. It's facing like this again. Now, we've been living in this area for God knows for a year or so now, and every time they come out to give us internet, they always told us they couldn't get a signal. Everybody else around here's got internet but us for a year, right? So God knows how many times they've been in our house during this year. Well, now we finally got an internet company to come out. Hey, you guys got perfect signal in this back corner of the property. Perfect. If it wasn't 100% signal, they wouldn't have set it up. So now we got internet. So now we can get cameras that are a live feed and send alerts to our phone when there's motion or something like that, right? So, anyways, that picture was taken and a knife was taken that my significant other had made for Father's Day for me with all of my kids' names in it, engraved in the wood handle and stuff, right? So now I don't have no choice but to report that because being a targeted individual, if that is used to do something, I'm going to get framed. God knows what else they took out of my house. They could have took hair. They could have took, clothes to go commit crimes in. Who knows? Because for 8 years, all I've been hearing is I'm going to be set up. I'm going to be set up for life in prison. Now, it hasn't happened yet. It's came close, but I've stopped it. And how did I stop it? I did the one thing that they tell us not to do, and that's be quiet. I ran my mouth, man. And I constantly run my mouth, and my mouth never stops, man. And they will never, ever make me feel guilty about me being a targeted individual for any reason, man. I am a victim. You are a victim. When I got to sit and listen to my kids, them telling me because they're my kids will never have a life. One of them is 15 months old, man, 16 months old, and she will never have a life. She can't even talk yet, really, other than a couple words. And I got people around me and people where I go saying that it's deserving. My kids are deserving of this, man. Here's what I don't understand, man. How can these people that are gang stalkers not put the pieces together and think about it like this? Why would the federal government be messing with somebody that's got zero net worth, right? Who isn't a problem, who isn't a terrorist, right? Who doesn't do nothing but go to work, come home, blah, blah, blah. You know, if I was such a horrible person, that would be done on a local level, right? On a local level, they would be messing with me and watching me and investigating me if I was all these things that are said about a targeted individual, but not one time have I ever been accused of it, of the things that they say, and not one time have I ever been questioned or anything by no police. You know, I get told I'm a baby killer, I'm a senior citizen abuser, I'm a woman beater, I'm a thief, I am this, that, and the other, and that my kids are targeted because they're mistreated, and now they have to be surveilled because they'll grow up being that way, and blah, blah, blah. Well, here's this. Everybody that is close to me and knows my other half, they know all of that shit is bullshit, man. My kids are happy, they're loved, they're well taken care of. So this is what I do. I encourage people. Call CPS, man. Call the cops. If that's what you're hearing and that's what you believe, call the proper authorities and have them come investigate, man. My door is an open door for anybody, even a gang stalker that wants to come in my house and see if what they're hearing is true. You're more than welcome. You want to know anything about me? FOIA my name. Freedom of Information Act. You'll find out anything and everything you want to know about me to hear and see if it's true and see if it's real. Right? It's the simple way, right? But here's the kicker to that, man. We were just on the registry looking up people in my area, and there's pedophiles up and down this road that we live on. Right? But they're not doing this to them. They'll greet them in the party store or at the Dollar General. They'll leave them alone. They'll let them live their daily life, man. Knowing that a pedophile is a lifelong threat because they're attracted to children, man. Just like a normal person is attracted to, a man is attracted to a woman, or if he's gay, he's attracted to another man, or vice versa. You know how it is, right? It's an attraction that never changes, ever. But they get to live their life in peace and complete freedom and not to be messed with. Not saying that I want this done to other people, but if you're going to do it to somebody, do it to somebody like that, man. I shouldn't even say that because I don't believe in that. But my point in saying this is this, man. Those kind of people don't even get bullied on an everyday basis or at all like we do. And their name and their fucking charges and what they've done is all a matter of public record. You don't have to spend no money to get it. You don't have to do anything. You just get on the internet. Right? The other day, I got a 10-year-old girl that we just got a trampoline and a basketball hoop and brand new bikes and all this stuff. This little girl, she's 10 years old. She's afraid to come outside, man. And here I was outside with her the other night, and people want to be stupid and start yelling stuff, man. And start being retarded. If you're going to do that stuff, do it when I'm outside, not when the kids are outside, man. That is ignorant, man. But yet, right? Yet, all this horrible stuff is said about us, but they get a free pass to fucking intimidate and bully kids and do dumb shit to kids, man. Makes absolutely no sense to me, man. None. But I'm venting right now because I need this. You know, I've been told that they were putting hair from our dog food in our bread. You know, they masturbated in the mayonnaise. They've rubbed their genitals on my significant other's pillowcase. I was even told today by these guys that one of the guys that works at the same place that I do, who I was told quit today, I don't know if he did or not, but I'm gonna find out tomorrow, was sitting outside of her place of employment waiting for her. Waiting for her, man. Now they tell us not to act out violently. They tell us not to do this because it makes us look crazy and this and that, but that's one thing I'm not going to tolerate, man. You will not. You will not do that and get away with it if I'm not told, as long as I'm not told about it. That's the only way, man. That's the only way. And why they think that's okay to do to women, man, I have no idea. I have no idea. And they'll push this narrative off, right? And they'll convince people. This is why they don't want targeted individuals in the same area or being around each other. Because the narrative that they push on all of us men is exactly the same. The narrative that they push on all of the women is exactly the same, with slight differences or slight, different wording. But the point behind it is the same. And why all these knuckleheads, man, that are gang stalkers can't put the pieces together and figure that out, that it's the federal government and they are not to be trusted for any reason, period, at all. People won't take COVID vaccinations because they don't trust the federal government, but they'll listen to a voice that they can't hear the person of, or they can't see the person of ever. And yeah, they might get some real live action, like where some live broadcasting for the moment when you're having family time and this and that. But then there's other times, man, that they don't get live action, that they get stuff that's fabricated and that's garbage, man. But they're like, hey, look, watch, he's going to take his hat off and scratch his head. Watch, he's going to get out of the truck right now. See, I told you we know what we're talking about, so you have to believe everything that we're saying. Come on with that, man. Really? Really? It just blows my mind. Or they'll convince people that they're the state police. That the state police is doing this, man. You got to be kidding me. Really? Anyways, man. It just blows my mind how they can do this shit with children and everything else, man. And they seem justified in it, right? They're justified in some bullshit that they're hearing. But they won't go read on the internet about a pedophile, right? About a pedophile who has been to prison 2 or 3 times for some child molestation shit and go mess with him. It's because they have the unfair advantage of knowing where we are all of the time, knowing when we're coming and going, man. And we've been painted with this narrative that sounds so ridiculous, man. If we're that bad of people, why aren't we locked up? Why haven't we been civilly committed somehow? And if we're that bad, I mean, even so, why hasn't someone killed us yet? It makes absolutely no sense to me, man. But anyways, man, I know this much, and I'm going to say this. This is going on YouTube. This is going on YouTube. It's going to go on Facebook. If I catch one person prowling around my property at any time, man, I will shoot. If I feel like somebody's doing something to harm my family or my kids, man, you better be ready to have a come to Jesus meeting. That's a fact. And they can say I'm wrong and they can threaten me and they can do all of this and all of that. I really don't care, man, because that's what anybody would do when they feel like their family's in jeopardy. Anybody. I don't care who it is, man. Being in a covert harassment doesn't mean that the world and the way we live and the laws changed and don't apply to us, man. And this is how I feel about, cops will come and act like they're doing their job but won't do nothing else, won't do nothing behind it. Well, if they don't, and it comes to that point and they don't, I will take it above them and I will file a lawsuit, man. And now I'm hearing gunshots around because I'm running my mouth, right? But here's the other thing, man. Them getting in my house, there's only one way to get in, and that's through the door. They're not getting in the windows. They didn't break in anywhere. So there's only 3 ways, man. They're getting in through a deadbolt. A cop, because cops can pick locks. A firefighter, and a locksmith. And how do I know this? Because I Googled it. I Googled the state of Michigan. It's probably like that everywhere. But I Googled it in the state of Michigan. People can get mad at me for all they want. I don't give a fuck, man. I will run my mouth, man. And I am completely justified and in it 100%, man. I don't care. I will not be quiet no more for nothing, man. But one thing I do realize, man, is when gang stalkers are running their mouth and I get pissed and start running mine, they either scamper away and get quiet, or if they don't scamper away, they get quiet and shut the fuck up, especially when I pull out the phone and start recording. They get super quiet. Crickets. Why? Because they know what they're doing is wrong. And when you confront one of them on something they say, you go to them and be like, man, what'd you just say to me? They're going to be like, oh, man, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say anything. That's every gang stalker's response, man, from Michigan to Missouri to Florida and back, period. It's all scripted. That's what they all say because they know they're wrong. Anyways, man, you guys have a good day. Stay positive.